Alright, so our offending gear here is the problem. It might be this gear here causing issues, but I doubt it. That is rarely the problem. It just rarely ever happens. But I've had it happen, so it's not like it doesn't ever happen. It's just pretty rare. So this thing here, I didn't even tighten this gear down. I just stuff it in like that. There's no key in there. There's no nothing to make it expand up. I just went down until it touched. Give it a little like that. That's all I gave it. So this centerline dimension is spread apart, and it's locking up our cover. Down pretty easy. So no screws on there. Can't move the cam. See how tight it is?
Mm-hmm.
See, that's not how it was before. So that's all binding. We gotta make sure it's not hitting here also. So remember, this is not installed all the way down, remember?
Oh yeah.
So there might be some issues with that. That has not really been checked into too much yet. Now that would not lock up the cam gear, but it would lock up the motor. So we put a filt tip mark on here and see if that's an issue. I'm seeing a pretty shiny mark here, but this is below the surface. There's no way that's hitting. It's probably just from what's pressing on it or something. Feels pretty soft. That was tight. It's so far over, away from everything. Okay. See if any better. Nope. Here's the clearance. Tight. Still loose. So that gear is not tight on. See how loose that is? See, that's Taiwan Teddy clearances. See? Backlash in the teeth. How much noise will that make?
A lot.
How much ignition scatter will that cause? Because you got clearance in here too. And you got inflow. How much will that change the timing?
Wow.
That might be a couple horsepower. It's more than the crank, more than the motor weighs. All right. I'm pretty sure that might be an issue. Okay. Run it. Might be a little stiff on the first few kicks, but should be all right. She'll break in. Or not. It'll break.
Right. Oh, that popping noise. That's a weird pop. I wonder what that was. Definitely tight. Yeah, take more than that to get that off. More I can do with my fingers.
right down to the end. We know this dowel isn't tight. Make the dowel. I'm pretty sure that's some of it.
Right.
Thought I saw a mark in there. We definitely have a mark. You can see the nuts being abused pretty heavily. We also have a gear issue. Where's it at? I can't get it over the pinion shaft. It's pretty tight. That's tighter than we had it before. See how tight it is on the shaft?
Mm-hmm.
So something made this bushing tighter.
What would have changed that?
The end of the crank bowing out
Ah, right.
when we treat the flywheel. Major tightness. It's not loose at all on the snout.
Mm-hmm.
Should be loose. I've never had one do that before though. You may want to come off. Oh, the pressure on the bushing, dragging, might have collapsed it too. Maybe that did it. So we have to run the reamer back through here. So that could have done it, I guess. It didn't have pressure, it could have squeezed the bush a little. Doesn't take much, the bushing went pretty tight.
Mm-hmm.
And this here, we're gonna have to cut it shorter. I thought we already did, but
Cut this hot?
no, it's not.
Mm-hmm.
It's too tall. So you either gotta cut the back of the nut and lower it, or you gotta cut the front of the nut and lower it. It doesn't matter because it's gonna go below the surface. You're gonna, no matter what, you're losing your screwdriver effect, which is what I didn't want to lose any more than I already lost. I think we already cut this.
I thought we didn't cut that.
I don't remember.
I don't think so.
We need to cut it now. Yeah, it looks like stock height. So we need to put this in the lathe. We need to blow off probably 10 to 15 thou. And then we're going to have to ream this out bigger here.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's closed up on it, obviously. And that should do the trick. Let's see, we gotta do something. Can't run it the way it is. It's a little too tight. And the cam gear is still tight because the cam's locked up. So that's still tight too. We got a couple of different things going on. So this gear is too big. So we need to get a smaller diameter gear here, or a smaller diameter gear here to make it fit. I don't know how small this gear is, and how big this one is. So those are all variables. So this needs to be turned down, we know that for a fact. The V-twin makes, or V-twin, they make these gears in undersize. Excuse me. Nowadays, so, but being used, you would think it ought to be undersized. A little bit tighter, my finger will let me go. You know, the stuff you can really tell for sure until you do your final assembly or mock-up, final mock-up. So, we need to find a smaller one of these. Theoretically, it's got like a white color on there or something like that. You can look it up in the book and see what it is, but it's worn, so who cares? We just get something smaller. This needs to be shortened up, and I need to ream this bushing no matter what. So. This is the reamer we're using. As far as I know, you were the last job we did, so this should be lined up. Obviously, we can't line ream anymore because that's over there. So I don't remember if the last one we did was you or not. Either way, it doesn't want to climb. There it goes. So it's going to be a hand ream job. Where's your hand reamer? Wait a minute, I left it over there on the table.
All right.
Is that what you
There it is.
hand reamer here?
That's it.
Hand reamer. They're making that jump noise. We all the way down yet?
Appears to be. Sound like it bottomed out.
It's not going anymore. It's definitely got a high spot in it. See the jerking every time it comes around to it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's the oil hole.
Skipping over it.
Well, that's some of it, but there's other stuff going on too. It's not as pretty as look as it used to be. Kind of took some of the niceness off of it. See, now it goes on there though, so. It now fits. we need to turn this down still. We need to get a smaller gear for this. So let's go do that. Let's go find a gear first.